But now let's talk about Washington versus Tampa Bay. Man, that was a fun game to watch. As a Washington fan, I can honestly say I wasn't too mad about the loss. I know you might be saying, "Oh, it's a playoffs," but I was really happy with the way we played. We came out, nobody thought we had a chance, and we fought till the end. Um, and Heinicke really showed out. Old Dominion quarterback. I just got to show this ball. Got his little autograph right here. So I had to pull that one out. Uh, but man, that was so fun to watch. Just nobody believed we were even going to keep it close. And Heinicke just battled. He really just fought the whole game. On that diving touchdown, I was so hyped. Like, just got out of my chair and was like, let's go. And then he dislocated his shoulder on that play, which was crazy. And he came back in, luckily, because if not, we would have this guy who's never played before. Even though Heinicke's played barely, we would have this backup named Steven Montez. He would have came in. But Heinicke stayed in, gave us a chance. He gave us we had a drive to tie it up at the end, but the Bucs defense held strong. They got a sack, and then on 4th and 21, kind of threw it up to Logan Thomas and couldn't bring it in. And honestly, I know our defense is top 5 in the league, but our defense could have played better, and they didn't play great. We were kind of having a hard time getting to Tom Brady, and we got lucky because Chris Godwin was dropping some touchdowns, some key drops that he had. Now, we also had a fair amount of drops. Cam Sims, on the first pass of the game, dropped a deep ball, which was beautiful from Heinicke. And there are some other drops along the way. And there was one play that it was like, I sent this to the group chat. I would have to pull it up, but I don't have time. It was like in the third quarter when we were down 5 with like 2 minutes left. We had all the momentum. Oh, no, we were down 2. It was 18-16. We had all the momentum. And there's a play where it was a pass play over the middle on 3rd down, and one of the linemen was past the line, which is illegal man downfield, but it was not called. I thought that was a big call. We had all the momentum. We would have gotten the ball back, but hey, we can't just blame it on one call. Obviously, it wasn't just because of that. A lot of things we could have done differently. What was your guys' take on the game? Let's start with you, Nick.
Well, it was one of those games, like, watching it all the way through. I was like, I know Washington's not going to win, but they put up a hell of a fight. Honestly, Heinicke, I told you all this earlier, but the way he reads the defense, and he's very smart with his reads. The pick he had, if it hadn't been tipped to the line, I think it would have been a big gain. So the way he was reading the defense, making the smart plays, running when he needed to, I'm going to compare him a little bit to what I watched Joe Burrow a lot in college, and just the way he would read the defense and make smart decisions. Like, Heinicke was doing all that. It was really amazing to watch. I've never seen anything like it. Even the Panthers game, I was kind of hyping up. I was like, okay, he's doing pretty good. Like, he's making the right reads. That's all you have to do as a backup. And he was going above what was really asked of him. And it was really amazing to watch. As far as Tampa Bay goes, their offense was, you can see Tom Brady starting to really click with Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin. It's starting to click. And we saw Fournette get a lot of carries with Jones getting injured. So once Fournette got those carries, like, their offense was looking really strong. It's honestly kind of scary to see. And plus they get Devin White back this week, which is pretty big. He's a very athletic linebacker. So Tampa Bay looked really good. Washington, the big thing was to win the game, they need to get pressure on Tom Brady, make him feel uncomfortable. They didn't do that. The offense did its part, but the defense kind of fell short. So it was a really good game.
Yeah, Fide, what did you take from that game?
I think that was probably the best game of the day right there. And like, in my honest opinion, because like, seeing Heinicke come off the bench, barely having any experience, and you come out play like that versus a Tampa Bay defense that has Sue, that has Jason Pierre-Paul coming at you all day long, and you perform like that. That's amazing. But like the one question that kind of always goes through people's mind: should you have started Taylor Heinicke earlier in the season? In my honest opinion, like, I always think about that question. But yeah, I mean, with Chase Young, I think he could have done way better. I think he could have sacked him at least like 3 or 4 times. But the one underrated player I know that did really well was Cameron Curl. I mean, I know Curl did an amazing job on Sunday. He was probably the best player on defense. And
7th rounder. He's a 7th rounder.
That's, bro, draft steal, bro. But I mean, like, I think that's a great team you need to have, like, honestly, going into next season. I mean, I think you just need to get like these little bitty pieces like together, but honestly, with like the whole the whole defense and offensive like standpoint, I think your team is very good.
Yeah, I
So,
think we're very
So I have a
close.
question real quick.
What's up?
So week 1 next week, do you want to see Heinicke under center?
Oh man, that's real tough. I think he deserves a shot, a legitimate shot to go for that number 1 spot. And as of right now, with the quarterbacks we have in our room, I would 100% say yes. But I would also like us to try and go after one in free agency. There's a couple I would like. I think Mariota maybe deserves a shot. Maybe even trade for like Carson Wentz or Matt Stafford. But as of right now, even if we drafted one, I wouldn't mind starting Heinicke next week. I mean, especially if he plays like that, you know, everybody buys into him. Everybody loves him already, and he's played a game and a quarter. So I would love to see him under center. Obviously, as an ODU student, and I saw him play in person. He was back in the day. I think it was like 2013. He's always been good, but I didn't expect. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't expect him to fully play like this in the playoff game against a great team like the Bucks. So I wouldn't even mind seeing him under center, and I'm honestly hoping he does well enough to get another shot. And I think he earned it, especially after this last game.